Hey everybody, what's going on? Ted here. Thanks for joining me. It's Tuesday, December 5th, 2021. So today in Georgia, we have a runoff election going on for two seats in the Senate. These two seats, what happened was nobody ended up getting a majority of the votes for these seats, so they had to do a runoff, special election runoff here, and this will determine the control of the United States Senate, essentially. If both of these seats go to the Democrats, it would create a 50-50. Right now, it sits at 50 Republican, 48 Democrat in the Senate. So if two Democrats were to win in Georgia, it would essentially create a 50-50. But in any case where there is a tie between the votes, Kamala Harris would be the deciding vote, which essentially means that the Democrats would have full and total control. And if these two seats were to be won by the Democrats, which we'll probably know later this evening, Joe Biden has said he will give out $2,000 checks immediately. Here, let me look it up. I had it up, I messed it up. But he stated if these seats were won by the Democrats, they will $2,000 checks will go out immediately. Here it is. Biden says $2,000 checks to go out the door immediately if the Democrats win in Georgia. So, that would basically mean that what I've been saying for weeks now would be coming true. You basically would have universal basic income. This would be the beginning stages of it. And it got me to thinking about if imagine a world where you get a $2,000 check every month. And because of like Obamacare type of things, if you don't have a job, you'll get free insurance. So regardless if you have a job or not, you're going to get this $2,000. If you don't have a job, you'll get free insurance. Who in their right mind is going to work? People, this is an incentive to not work. I understand that things were messed up, but somewhere along the line, somebody's got to pay for this. This money, you can't just keep printing money forever and ever with no consequences. Somewhere down the line, my children or my grandchildren, your children and your grandchildren, that's who has to pay for you to get a $2,000 check, a $600 check, maybe even turning into universal basic income. And not to mention, if we stop working now and just start collecting these $2,000 checks, taking your free insurance and all these little programs that they make for us, they have a control over you now. Now they can say, oh, well, we seen you at a protest on January 6th. We got you on cameras at this protest, so we're cutting all of your stuff. And now you have no job and you have no skills because you've been sitting around collecting this money and taking these free programs that the government was handing out. It's called socialism, really. And this is the first steps of it as what we're seeing. And he is guaranteeing if these people win that you will see immediate $2,000 checks going out the door. Obviously, it probably won't be that immediate, but this is the stepping stones of universal basic income and socialism. And it's unsustainable because at some point, somebody has to pay for everybody to continue to get $2,000. That's what they don't understand. So I always like to talk to you guys about reasons to prepare. Here you go. I just like a week ago, did a video on the storms and the weather messing with the food supply. Now you have grains and soybean and corn near 6.5 year highs on the Latin American supply worry because they're saying of weather circumstances has devastated or will devastate, they're predicting, in the future. So prices are way up. Soybeans up on Brazilian crop concerns. Worry about dry Argentine weather and weaker dollar supports grains and soy. So this is a reason right here to go ahead and go out maybe in the near future, we might see a shortage in these particular grains and soybeans and corn. And believe it or not, in America, almost everything on the shelf that you can think of has corn in it. It's just the way that America has built its systems, and it's actually not very healthy. There's many, many documentaries. Try to find one. Type in how bad corn is for you, something like that. And it's not that it's bad for you. It's great for you in moderation. But when every single one of your food supplies is giving you a huge source of corn, it tends to mess with your stomach. And then you have people getting all these stomach problems and going on big pharma. So it's kind of like a plan, but check it out. I've seen crazy documentaries on it. But either way, this would be a reason to go ahead out there and get the things that have these things in them, or maybe just go get these things themselves. So just a heads up, stay ahead of the curve, right? And like I always tell you guys, get the heck out of New York. It seems people agree with me. And the people that agree with me are the people that live in New York and New Jersey, apparently. But the 5 metro areas with the highest 2020 move-outs are located in New York and New Jersey. And it's no surprise. It doesn't surprise me at all. I actually come from that area. I moved out of that area 5 years ago, moved down to the south. And some of the reasons you can imagine, taxes. Taxes are ridiculous up there. Okay? You got the lockdowns with your tyrannical leadership in places like New York, Cuomo, and de Blasio. Right? New Jersey, same thing. You with your lockdowns and your tyrannical leaders and your laws, right? Your stringent gun laws. In these places, they see a lot of the people are still brainwashed. They believe guns are really bad. And it was like that for me too. Actually, it makes you believe that you're a criminal if you have a gun. And when I moved to the South, I got big time into guns, and I love guns, and I support the Second Amendment. And my state is an open carry state, and I carry every day. And I believe now that if everybody carried a gun every day, there'd be a lot less crime, because criminals would be less inclined to just do whatever they wanted to do. And in places like New York, where they make it so hard to get these guns and things, only people that have guns are criminals and the police. But when you need help, in seconds, the police are minutes away. So the police are there to investigate. They're not going to stop any crimes. They come there, they find a murdered person, and they investigate who did it. It's too late. If you had a gun on the murdered person had a gun on themselves, they could have protected themselves. Or maybe somebody walking by had a gun on them and could have protected that person as well. So that's one reason right there to get out of there. But I give you guys reason after reason after reason. That's like Nazi New York up there. Nazi Northeast, really. It's not just New York, it's that whole area. But now, as you can see from this article, people are getting out. Unfortunately, it's not the regular people. For the most part, a lot of the people moving out are high income people, which really bodes very badly for the regular people, because that's just going to make your taxes go up even more. You would be surprised how much one millionaire moving out of your state will affect your tax rate. And we yesterday seen that the UK is going for another full lockdown. Right? And now you got Germany, and it's because of this new strain. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because of New York. Found it yesterday. In the United States tends to follow New York for whatever reason. But they found that new strain in New York, and Cuomo came out, said a bunch of things. Oh, if other states tested as much as we did, they would find it too. So I'm giving you the timeline. Yesterday, UK shut down after finding that strand after about a month. Germany is extending lockdowns and tightening them because of that new strain. So with us finding the new strain, I can't guarantee you, but I could say the probability is probably high that we're going to see more rounds of lockdowns. Get ready for that cold, dark winter that they've been talking about. And this one right here is just a little bit of my thoughts here. I seen this article and it kind of provoked some thoughts. I'll just tell you guys real quick. Year 2021 is set to fly by as the Earth is spinning faster than at any time in the past 50 years, prompting scientists to call for the addition of a negative leap second. Atomic clocks accurately record how long every day is at millisecond level. Since the invention in 1970s, the days have been slightly longer than 24 hours. But since mid-2020, the Earth's spin has accelerated and is now on average 0.5 milliseconds a day shorter than 24 hours. So anyway, as I got to reading the article, I got to thinking about time and how we all get the same amount of time. Doesn't matter if you're a man, it doesn't matter if you're a woman. Doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're poor. Doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your fitness level. We all get 24 hours in a day. And what's really important is what you do with that time in that 24 hours. And the reason I thought of that is because now, according to this article, it seems that we actually get slightly less than 24 hours. So we're having less time now. So I would say what you do with that time is very important. So please, don't waste it sitting around, watching TV, playing video games. Get out there and live life. Do something constructive. Play guitar, work out, go for a hike. It's a little cold right now in most places in the country, but garden, get outside. Use that time wisely because it looks like it's getting shorter. And tomorrow's not promised anyway. So if you are blessed enough to get to live tomorrow, use the time wisely. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Don't be scared of this stuff. Get prepared for it. That's why I come out here, to keep you ahead of the curve. If you watched this long, please help me out by giving me a thumbs up. It really helps on the algorithms. Subscribe. Tell a friend about me. Tell your mom about me. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thumbs up, subscribe, be safe.